this is what we're going to end up with. I'm doing a quick demo of how to make a halftone screen, but let's step it back and see what it looks like. So we start with an image. In fact, let's just do it. Don't save. Let's open this image. So we open a color image, and the first thing we want to do is go check the image size. So we go to image size, and we see the physical size plus the resolution. We want to make sure that if this is checked by default, so if I change the resolution, it's going to change, it's going to use its imagination. So what I want to do is uncheck that for now, because it's big enough already, but I want a higher resolution. Now if it's unchecked and I type in 600 pixels per inch, it makes the physical size smaller, which is in fact what I want, because 150 centimeters is too big for this image. I say okay. If you need to scale it up or something, then you would use resample. Okay, so this is my image at the size that I need it. Now I need it to be in grayscale, so I go to image mode, grayscale. It may ask you if you want to discard color information. You say yes. And now that it's grayscale, I want to make an adjustment. I want it to be a little bit higher contrast. I like to use an adjustment layer called curves. In the curves, you can put a dot on the line and you can drag it to make it a little more high contrast, emphasizing what you want. Okay, say we like that. Then what I need to do is flatten the image. So if I go to layer, flatten the image, you'll see it got rid of that adjustment layer and baked it all into the background. Now I'm good. I now want to make my halftone. So I need to go to image again, and this time go to mode, bitmap. Okay, and you see the three little dots. That means it's going to open a menu. It should pick up the resolution of your image and autofill it into the output, which is what you want. And then you want to use halftone screen. Say okay, and then it brings up this dialog box. The frequency of lines will determine more or less the resolution of your halftone. So there is a calculation to do this properly for the screen mesh density that you have. So if your mesh is, say, 230, you take 230 and you divide it by 4, and you get 57. If your screen mesh, like we use on the white screens, if you're using one of our white screens, it's 160. So we would take 160 and divide that by 4, and we would get 40. So if I put 40 in here, let's just put 30 so you can see the contrast. So 30, keep the angle at 45, and the shape should be ellipse, and say okay. Then you see this image. It's very stylized in a way, but when you zoom out, you can see it looks pretty good. When you zoom in, you see that it's very halftone-y, let's say. So if you want to change that, go back, Command Z, and then go to bitmap again. And this time, let's just, all that's the same, let's just adjust the frequency or the lines per inch, which this time let's make it 50, just so that you can see the difference visually. And you see there's a lot more detail in this image. Now, when I zoom out, maybe they look the same when you're far away from it, but when you get closer, you can see this one has a lot more detail. There's a balance, because the level of detail that you have, all of these little black spots that are in here are supposed to wash out of your screen. Okay, so those of you who have had struggles with washing things out and exposing things know that like holding these little dots could be a little bit tricky, but it's cool, like if you can do it. So we're gonna practice with that today. Now that this is done, I can go ahead and save it, and it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna call it halftone demo, save it as a PSD. I already had one. There we go. And now I can take this to the print lab and print it. might want to place it in my Illustrator file at 24 inches wide so that it's super easy for me to print when I get down there. And that's it.